of the show.
I'd like to see more photos in the Blue Peter calendar. Did you like that?
Oh, smooth.
I love this bit of the show. For the past year, we've been looking into putting some photographs for every month of the calendar using different techniques each month. This month is a very special technique. Special because, because I have to fly. Say hello to Findo. Now, if we were in the wild, this would probably be a bit different because he would think I was food and would be trying to eat me. But luckily, he's been trained. He's a very tame Harris hawk and he's very happy to sit there. Now, this is an ideal photograph opportunity. And when these guys are in full flight, they can fly thousands of feet in the air and they can travel at very fast speeds. It's very difficult to photograph them. But that's exactly what I'm going to try and do today. But rather than take a photograph from down here looking up, I'm going to go up there with him. This could be one of the most difficult photography challenges I've faced yet.
To get my picture of the hawk in flight, I'm going to use a paraglider. It's a bit like a parachute that flies like a bird of prey. Once we're up in the air, Findo's handler will also take to the sky. The plan is that Findo should fly close to his handler. So if I can get myself in the air, and if we can get near enough, the photograph will be stunning. But this isn't going to be easy. The man charged with getting me airborne and keeping me safe is my pilot, Steve.
Got the camera set up, I know what we need to do.
Great.
You've got the paraglider set out, so I guess all we need to do now is take off.
We've got quite a lot of wind at the moment. Ideally, we need somewhere between 10 and 20 miles an hour of wind. It's a bit over that at the moment, so we may have to wait.
If there's too much wind, that can cause problems for us, can't it?
That's right, yeah. If the wind's too strong, the paraglider may end up going backwards and we could end up over the forest or in the trees or something.
It seems that unless the wind drops, my dream of photographing Findo from the sky might not get off the ground. So how exactly does a paraglider work?
It's a glider really, not a parachute, so it glides. The sun is warming up the ground out there and creating hot air rising. And if we fly into that hot air rising, we can go up and rise with it.
As we wait for the wind to drop, it gives me plenty of time to get anxious about running off a cliff.
It's nice standing here looking down on the valleys there, but in a very short amount of time I'm going to be up there looking down from a bit higher. This is actually quite scary. It's not about taking a photo anymore. It's about surviving. The more I think about this, the more I'm actually getting quite nervous. Look at this. This is the bottom of the paraglider. The only thing that's holding me in the sky are these strings that are thinner than a shoelace. Why did I say yes to this?
Suddenly, Steve and his team notice that the wind has dropped to a level that will allow us to fly. With very little notice, it's time for me to get my gear on and take to the sky.
I am so nervous. I've never done this before, and I'm about to throw myself off the edge of a cliff. So, yeah, a little nervous. I can't believe we're about to run towards this.
Here we go.
This is ridiculous. So here we are, we're in the air. What an amazing feeling. Do you know what's really strange?
What's that?
Is that it's just a chair, isn't it? At the end of the day, there's nothing else to it.
Like a flying chair.
What a beautiful feeling. It's everyone's dream, isn't it, to be able to fly? That's incredible. Now, there's a lot of firsts happening today.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever been in a paraglider. It's the first time I've ever tried to take a picture of a Harris hawk. And it's also the first time this particular Harris hawk has flown towards anybody other than Martin, his handler. So there's a lot of things that could go wrong here today, but we're more than prepared to give it a go, and hopefully we'll get a nice shot for you.
Martin is about to take off, and hopefully Findo will follow him. If we can get close enough, I should be able to get a fantastic picture. To save energy, Harris hawks use the same rising hot air that I'm using. It enables them to fly without having to constantly flap their wings. They have amazing eyesight. It's so good that if Findo could read, he would read a newspaper from 1/4 of a mile away, which is great for spotting prey at a distance. Harris hawks are such good predators that they are sometimes used at airports and even some sporting venues to help remove pesky pigeons. Okay, let's try and get this snap.
He's just out of range. Beautiful bird. Just a bit too far away.
After 20 minutes, the wind has dropped and my window to get a picture has closed. I just hope I've managed to get a good picture.
I felt incredible to be up there. It's like Superman, isn't it? It's Superman but sat down. It's the casual Superman, if anything. That moment, though, when you throw yourself over the edge, it's like, what am I doing? But then once you're up there, it's the stuff dreams are made of. I mean, everyone's dreamed about having their own wings so they can fly, and I pretty much just have done, sat on a seat. What an incredible thing to do.
I had an amazing time, and these are my photos.
It was such a good fun thing to do, and there are the pictures on the Blue Peter calendar for the month of October. Now, some of you have been going to the website. Did you do a karate chop then?
I was going to say, what an amazing experience.
It was incredible, it really was. Findo flew like he was a bird. Go to the website and download the calendar from there and stick it on your wall.